A widely used over-the-counter pain reliever is suddenly at the center of a heated debate between the White House and the medical community. The Trump administration has issued new guidance suggesting that acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, raises the risk of autism when taken during pregnancy, a claim major medical groups have called highly concerning and irresponsible. Here's what you need to know. President Donald Trump, joined by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., announced that the Food and Drug Administration will warn doctors about what they describe as a very increased risk of autism linked to prenatal acetaminophen use. Pregnant people, the president urged, should limit Tylenol unless it is medically necessary. The administration points to what it calls mounting evidence, citing large studies that have noted an association between in utero exposure to acetaminophen and later diagnoses of autism spectrum disorder and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. The pushback from the scientific community was immediate. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists says a direct causal link is not backed by the full body of scientific evidence, emphasizing that acetaminophen has been considered the safest pain reliever for pregnant patients for more than 2 decades. The Society for Maternal-Fetal Medicine agrees, noting that existing research has not established a causal relationship. That distinction, correlation versus causation, is at the core of the controversy. An association simply means two things occur together. It doesn't prove one causes the other. Other factors, such as the fever or illness prompting someone to take acetaminophen, could be responsible for the observed link. The largest study on this topic to date underscores that point. Using Swedish health records from 2.4 million births, researchers compared siblings and found no causal connection between prenatal acetaminophen use and autism, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or intellectual disability, once family genetics and shared environment were taken into account. Sibling comparison studies are powerful because they control for many hidden variables. Physicians also warn of the real risks of leaving conditions like high fever untreated during pregnancy. Fevers themselves can harm both the mother and fetus, and acetaminophen remains the only readily available pain reliever widely considered safe at recommended doses. Other common options, aspirin and ibuprofen, carry well-documented risks for the developing fetus, especially later in pregnancy. Even so, the Food and Drug Administration is moving ahead with a notice to physicians and plans to update acetaminophen's safety label to mention a possible association with autism while acknowledging that a causal link remains unproven. Kenvue, the maker of Tylenol, maintains that credible, independent scientific data continues to show no proven link between its product and autism. For anyone pregnant or planning to become pregnant, guidance from most medical organizations is consistent. Consult a healthcare provider before taking any medication. When pain or fever relief is necessary, acetaminophen is still considered the safest choice, and experts advise using the lowest effective dose for the shortest possible time. The autism community has weighed in as well. Advocates fear the administration's rhetoric could fuel misinformation and guilt, arguing that the focus should remain on support and acceptance for autistic individuals, rather than on identifying a single cause. Bottom line, this dispute is less about a pill and more about how science, politics, and public health intersect. As the Food and Drug Administration's labeling process unfolds and new research emerges, medical groups urge pregnant people to stay informed, question sweeping claims, and, most importantly, talk with their doctors.